I'm Maureen Babis. I'm the Executive Director of the New York City IDA. I'm not an officer of the Capital Resource Corporation, so without further ado, I'm going to turn over the conducting of the hearing to Jay Lopez.
Good morning. Thank you for coming. We're here to have testimony regarding matters noticed for the June 3rd hearing.
Excuse me, before you do that, we have to call to your attention on what is really an emergency in the city. We want to bring to the attention of the EDC and the IDA, which gives away $1 billion of really taxpayers' money that should go into the general budget. Our job program for summer youth has been cut down to 17,000 jobs in the middle of an economic disaster. We want economic development for our communities. All the EDC and the IDA does is gentrify our neighborhoods. We can't afford to live there. Where is the economic development? Where are the jobs for youth this summer? 17,000 jobs from 56, and even that was only a quarter of the applicants. This is not about economic development for us. This is just a cash cow to give money away. $17 million, triple tax exempt bonds to some company. And you're going to tell us, oh, well, these projects create jobs. Then why do we have, officially, 400,000 unemployed people in the city, and the amount is really double that? Why do we have 70% unemployment in the Black and Latino communities in the city? You're not even turning over this money under the master contract with New York City, the 8%.
Young people like myself have no summer jobs. There's no way for us to pay for our school. There's no way for kids to help out their struggling single mothers. The money's out there. This money should be used for youth jobs and to create a green economy for unemployed people, to put unemployed people to work and rebuild our crumbling infrastructure.
Two of my nieces who are college graduates, graduated last year, cannot get a job that's full-time, that has benefits, that has unemployment, that has Social Security. They're both working several jobs part-time because nothing is available. These are well-trained people, they're not getting work, and they're white youth.
If you can give money to gentrified neighborhoods, you can also fund programs for young people, and also you can give jobs to people like myself to work within your organizations. If you give me a living wage with benefits, I would be glad to work, and I know there are a lot of people out here that are working. A lot of these jobs that come in through these developers, they have trickled down so much that only a few benefit from these projects, certainly not people like me.
Wall Street is making record profits. We bailed them out, and they're making record profits, and nothing has come back to us. Nothing. So we're asking you not to go ahead with business as usual. This is an emergency for us. You just can't keep going on like this. So we want to know, will you set up a meeting of the EDC and come prepared to actually put money on the table for the economic development of our communities? And we will gather representatives, not just ourselves, from the different communities to sit down at that table with you to figure out how quickly, expeditiously, and on an emergency basis we can get thousands of jobs for the youth of this city. We want jobs for all, and we know the money's there, but we can't let our kids continue to be locked out. We can't let this continue, this racism. If they agree to a meeting where they're going to come to the table being prepared to have some money for the economic development of our communities, meaning jobs specifically right now for youth, then we will reach out to community representatives from around the city who would also attend that meeting, not just ourselves.
I could benefit from some community development, but also give me a job. Employ people in my community too. Stop closing down the hospitals. Stop laying off people. Stop closing libraries, firehouses. Stop laying off teachers. That's where the money belongs at. Right. Not with the big business. They're not doing anything for us.
Cut the war funds.
Yes.
Right, and
money
stop
for
the
here.
war.
Money for jobs and
Stop the
housing.
war.
Even young white males with an education can't find a job.
Every time there's a job, not even just a job fair, but jobs being offered, they'll offer something like 100 jobs and 100,000 people applying for it. Literally, you see the lines in the street, it's on the TV news. But for youth, there's no place to go. Youth aren't finding jobs. They're not even counted on the radar screen of the unemployed because they've never been employed. And many workers who are laid off And if one out of all the benefits, they're not counted, and many undocumented workers aren't counted. But mostly, if white youth, and I give the example of my own family, my nieces aren't finding work, they're working part-time jobs, getting from 15 to 30 hours a week with no benefit, and youth of color are getting no jobs.